The first trailer for Avengers Infinity War has finally been released.
And get this man a shield.
If you haven't seen the trailer for this film, you need to go watch that right now. We can wait. Okay, great. Now that you've watched the trailer, we have got to talk about it. First off, we have the voice of Nick Fury, which makes us ask, is Fury back officially? He's been absent for the last few films, so maybe this is his big return? In the next few shots, we see some destroyed landscape, with a clearly shaken up Tony Stark. You know, most of us know that Tony hasn't been quite the same since the first Avengers film, when he almost died. Next, we see Bruce Banner crashed into rubble, much like he was found in the very first Avengers film. However, this time it appears as though he was found by Doctor Strange and Wong. If you've seen the newest Thor movie, you know that in order to get from the end of Ragnarok to this point on Earth, there's going to be a need to a lot of plot. In the next scene, we do see Scarlet Witch and a now fully skinned Vision. And by the looks of it, their romantic relationship is going to be blossoming. But can we talk about how, despite being the actor's actual face, it almost doesn't look real? I mean, maybe it's because I'm used to seeing the robotic, red look, and not used to seeing a runner-up Jeff Winger lookalike contest winner. Either way, I'm still excited. Next shot isn't too exciting, though, of who appears to be Thor standing out in front of a spaceship. This is followed up by Banner standing next to the arm of Stark's Hulkbuster armor, and Black Widow in what appears to be a new suit and sporting the blonde look. The Marvel logo reel is where it gets real. Before this, it didn't feel like this was a real concept. Then you get the Avengers theme, and let me tell you, the goosebumps were real. And for a fun fact, that reaction is called frisson, and it is linked to ASMR. Moving forward in the trailer, there's a voice giving some villainous exposition, and this comes courtesy of Josh Brolin as Thanos, the Mad Titan, who's been linked to the MCU since 2012, when he was the only after-credits teaser once you finish the roller coaster ride that was the Avengers. Skipping now, the standard bridge shot in New York, we see Wong, Doctor Strange, Bruce Banner, and Tony Stark. This shot is brilliant, because you have the two most powerful sorcerers in the MCU standing next to the two smartest scientists in the MCU. Any sufficient advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Those words from Arthur Clarke hold up magnificently in the Avengers film. We have a man and a woman who can shrink and grow in size. Men who've been regarded as gods, sentient trees, and raccoons. So seeing this mashup of heroes standing next to each other is awesome. Science and magic on the same side, ready to die or win, standing shoulder to shoulder. The next shot we see is Peter Parker on a bus, because he's not gonna have a car slinging around. But we do see the first hints at the famed Spidey sense. While it was missing by name in Tom Holland's Spider-Man Homecoming, it's awesome that we're getting to see it now. We also get to see what triggered this sense, and it appears to be a giant ring of death in the sky. We have no idea what this device actually is, but our money is it's on some sort of device that allows Thanos or his army to arrive on Earth. After that, we start seeing more destruction. In the first case of this, it's Strange, Wong, Stark, and Banner clearly looking at something. We know this because Tony whips off his glasses and the camera zooms in dramatically. Now, we do see a pair of legs walking through what appears to be some battleground. If that's someplace on Earth, Marvel's really amped up the darkness, which it fits just fine. We see who the legs belong to. None other than Loki, holding the Tesseract. This device is something we've seen in the Avengers, and was the MacGuffin that kicked off the action. However, how Loki managed to acquire it, again, requires a lot of plot. Again, if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, you know the plot needed to get from there, and is now huge, and we expect to see how it's handled. Finally, we get to see the big boss himself, Thanos. After he steps out of his dark, cloudy portal, you can see a real smug look on his face that is overviewing the destruction that's preceded him. In the next shot, we have Black Panther telling someone to evacuate the city, over top a shot of Spider-Man, in a new suit that looks like an upgrade to the suit he had in Homecoming. Spider-Man appears to be on the floating circle in the sky. And for those of you who know, it's called the Iron Spider. It was introduced at the very end of Spider-Man Homecoming. In a similar shot, we see Thor struggling with his own floating ring in a different location. You know those things are serious when Thor, the god of thunder, struggles with something. In a quick cutoff of Thor, we see a mysterious person throwing some sort of energy spear at an even more mysterious person who's trying their best Batman impression. If only they wasn't backlit, then it would be 100% Batman. And get this man a shield. I can't foresee this clip being cut out and being the new "and my axe" meme. This line is important because if you watched Captain America, you know Black Panther and Cap were on opposite sides. And can we also say, epic beard, Captain America. Epic beard. After some quick shots of Scarlet Witch with her trademark not quite crying look, the Hulkbuster armor doing a radical jump, Black Widow stabbing someone with a spear, and Doctor Strange dropping his magic circles in fear, we see a massive object crashing into what appears to be jungle trees, so perhaps somewhere in Wakanda? We're now getting into the tail end of the trailer, and as such the clips are getting faster and faster and faster. We see Captain America and Black Panther punching what looks to be a wingless parademon from the Batman vs. Superman series, which is probably a good thing because we're probably not going to see the end of that plot, so that's fine. We get to see the end of it in here. Better. Thanos slamming Spider-Man to the ground, Tony Stark looking fearfully at something behind him, and we come now to the vision, to what looks like his normal red self, getting the yellow Mind Stone ripped from the center of his forehead. We knew this would have to happen, and it's basically predicting that Vision will die, or at the very least, be incapacitated. I mean, he was made from a fusion of Jarvis and the Mind Stone. In the next sequence, we see Thanos dropping the blue Infinity Stone into his gauntlet, all while saying, "This will be fun," and then beating Iron Man into the ground. And it is a beatdown. In a quick scene, we see Bucky, aka the Winter Soldier, standing shoulder to shoulder with what appears to be Wakandan soldiers from Wakanda, and a sort of last stand battle of Helm's Deep sort of thing. We also see Black Panther leading his people in the stand, and then a quick shot of Falcon flying over the battlefield, which I am confident to say is in Wakanda, as that is definitely not Central Park. Again, the parademons emerging from the trees, which appear to be on fire, and it also leads me to believe that the structures that crashed in the jungle may be housing these monsters. Against these monsters are the people of Wakanda, led by Black Panther, possibly Bucky, and Falcon. In a really cool shot, we get to see a slow-mo charge that features War Machine, Bucky, Black Widow, Captain America, who's not holding a shield, Hulk, a Wakandan soldier, who sorcerers are saying is Black Panther's sister, Falcon, and Black Panther himself. Ending the trailer, we get the theme and the logo, which again is so triumphant. This trailer is brilliant. It mirrors some of the other trailers for the Avengers and the individual films, and doesn't get tired. Even from this trailer, it seems like they're splitting up the heroes so there isn't too many in one place at the same time. And those teams are of people who previously were on opposite sides. In the last shot, we had major instigators of the Civil War on the same side. I'll presume Marvel isn't stupid, and as such, there will still be tension, but it won't be bigger than Thanos. Go ahead and let us know what you think about this trailer, and if you'd be interested in us talking about the MCU as a whole. And while you're down there, go ahead and leave us a like, and be sure to subscribe for more bite-sized news. Okay, it wouldn't be a Marvel film in a final tease, would it? In the true final shot of the trailer, we see Thor asking, and I quote,
"Who the hell are you guys?"
The screen rotates, and we see the Guardians of the Galaxy, including Teenage Groot and Mantis. Then finally, and truly, the trailer ends and displays the date, which is May 2018.